Hi everyone, welcome to another tutorial. This is Boris, the movie messenger. So today I thought we could go into detail about the different body parts and how I draw them in a really quick way. So for example, if I take an arm like this, since I'm into comic books, most of the time I just muscular arms. So let's make this a little bit transparent. And we go to another color, and so basically this one, when I look at a arm, for example, I see like the round part here, like a cylinder here, and then like another shape which I call a beer glass, a German beer glass, because I don't know, it's just an easy way to remember for me. It's basically a cylinder, but with the bottom part smaller than the upper part. So actually, the reason why I do this is because it sort of helps you block the shapes, and it's part of the figure drawing. And so if I show you, actually the arm can be broken down into these basic shapes. So, and afterwards, learning to draw these basic shapes in different angles will allow you to draw the body part in different angles and different sizes. So, and again, when we are doing the figure drawing, when we are breaking down into basic shapes, is what we are doing is we are building a model. That doesn't mean that every character will have the same size. It's just that that's like the skeleton, that's the structure on which you will build your drawing. And then the character, depending on the character, if it's a man, if it's a woman, if it's a kid, if he's muscular, if he's thin, if he's athletic, if he's fat or something. It depends on, like, then afterwards you get to build the details on top of that. But here in this video you will just see how I break it down. So for example, let's start with the arm. So let's put a list on top. Take color. So let's go arm, and then we can have torso. If I make any mistakes, please, sorry, but just pelvis, legs, I'll just do feet. For the hands, I think I'll do a separate video, because hands are the most complex body part to draw. I mean, apart from the face. Yeah, of course, the head. Let's say for the arm, you need to learn how to draw 3 shapes. So let me take the pencil. Okay. You need to draw a ball. Okay. The advantage of the ball or the sphere, or the geometrical shapes, is that in every angle it looks like a circle, right? Okay. A ball. And for the arm, we also need to know how to draw a cylinder. Okay, and then you need to know how to draw what I call a German beer glass, because it sort of looks like a beer glass. Sorry, let me take out the bottom just to. Okay, these are the shapes that you need to know to draw arm. Okay. Now, let's just draw a simple arm like this. Okay. Again, this is just a model. We are building the structure on which we are going to draw the actual body part with the detail. So again, I drew the ball. I drew the cylinder, and also just to go back a little bit, I'm drawing with 3D shapes instead of 2D shapes because, of course, when you are drawing, you're trying to represent something which is in 3 dimension on a 2-dimension surface, which is your paper, and you want to give the illusion that it's 3 dimension, right? So that's why. here you go. That's I just took the shapes that I've drawn individually and I just put them together, like the ball, the cylinder I just stuck to here, and the beer glass I just stuck it here. Okay, and now if I add a layer, then I go in and I don't know, I might take the black color and just make it transparent a little bit so that you can see what I mean. And I'm not going to draw it really muscular, just go a little bit thin. Okay, so what this does is that it sort of demystifies the because when you're thinking like I said last time, you do need to know how the body functions, but you will learn that as you observe people, as you look at many drawings, as you look at people, as you look at movies and so on. So it's very noisy here. So that's the arm. Okay. So for the torso, this is what Jim Lee, I learned from a drawing tutorial from Jim Lee, is that you have to kind of draw like I don't know how to call these shapes. He calls it like an ant head because it sort of looks like an ant head, like if you put the antennas here. I don't know how an ant really looks like, but there you go. But it's sort of not exactly round, but sort of oval, like an egg. Yeah, I think we could call it egg, like an egg. And then I put, as you can see here, I put 3 openings. So this is for the shoulder, right? And then this is for the neck. This part. Okay. So now, and then on the bottom, you will have the pelvis. So the pelvis, it just looks like an underwear, but a 3D underwear, right? Like a stiff 3D underwear. Okay. Now if I do the same thing as I did with the other shapes, again I'm going really quickly, but if you can play and replay this video to see it. But basically for the arm we just need a ball, the cylinder, and the sort of glass shape, the beer glass shape. And for the torso, the top part of the torso, we need like a ball, egg shape, and then for the pelvis it's like a stiff underwear. Sorry, it's difficult to draw and speak at the same time. Sorry. So as you can see, yeah, I tried to draw the whole the arms and so on, just to show you in which angle we are looking at. As you can see, I'm trying to draw it in 3D. It's not exactly like looking straight, right? So these learning to draw these 3D shapes will help you sort of draw the body in different angles. Now, so this is for the torso and the pelvis. Let's do another one. Now the next one is legs. So for the legs we use the same shapes, which means I used so for the arm it was the ball, the cylinder, and then this kind of beer glass. So we will use the same shapes for the legs, but it will be in a different order. The ball will become in the middle, so for example, and then the beer glass will go on top, because the big beer glass like this will represent the thigh, and the knee area will be this ball. And again, this is, I'm showing you some things that you can use for drawing really quickly, like block the shapes. So I just have to take this color, and you need to practice in order to understand how exactly what goes on in my mind when I'm drawing this, right? So as you can see, I'm using that as a skeleton, as a structure to draw like the knee area, the thigh, like, and what do you call this, calves? Yeah. Okay. So again, we use the same shapes, ball, the beer glass, but here the ball comes in the middle, and then there's two different types of beer glasses, like just one which is like big like this, and one small like this. So let me do it again. Because maybe I went too fast on that one. So draw this. Okay, and then draw the ball. The ball is actually kind of inside the top part, and then actually, even without drawing the details, you could sort of see that I've drawn a leg. Just using that shape to draw the leg. Okay, so that was the leg. Now let's do the feet. So for the feet, what I do is, so you all know how to draw a circle, maybe not a perfect circle, but like sort of a perfect circle. You know how to do all ovals, right? So we are going to use ovals. So usually and maybe I need to do another video on this, but what I usually do for people are wearing shoes. Drawing a feet is much more complicated than that, but just to give you the basic shape that I use to block the foot. So I do one oval, and I just imagine there's like an invisible line going like this through the oval, and then on this side you will have the heel, so another oval, sort of a little bit smaller than the oval you've drawn here, and then here a big oval. Okay, I just thought it was easier to explain like this, and then you just connect. And then you have, and then you can use this to draw a shoe or a feet, just for the sake of being simple. Let's draw a shoe, right? Let's now if I want to draw a foot, you can also do that. But I'm still following the same 2D shapes that I drew. Okay. So for the head, it's very simple. I think I've already explained it in the other. It's basically a ball. So basically, a ball just looks like a circle in all the different angles. It's basically a ball, and then. So think of the skull, right? So everybody, the shape of the skull is it's the same for everybody. So it's sort of like this. So I have a ball, and then I have a line like this for the jawline. Okay. So I will go into this later on, but and then I can use this to draw is not proportionally exactly correct, but just to show you. Okay, so now let's put all that together in this the basic shape that I've shown. Okay, now so I'm just going to do like a really random. The thickness is too big. I'm just going to do a random pose, guess. And as a matter of fact, you can see me doing this in one of my real-time drawing videos. Any character I draw, I do this before I go into details, just to sort of see if it makes sense, right? And then usually at this stage of figure drawing, you are able to correct things as you go along. Okay. I don't know if you can see, but just I've drawn the leg too small. There you go. And so right, so as I said, hands, I'll do another video about how to draw hands in different angles. But as you can see here, we find the ball for the upper part of the leg, the line for the jawline, the sort of egg shape here for the upper part of the torso. Here you can't see it completely, but here you have the underwear like pelvis, the beer glass for the upper part of the leg, the ball, and then the beer glass for the lower part of the leg. So here you see on the back the same shape but on the other angle because he's running. And then for the arm you see the ball here, the cylinder, and the beer shape here again. And I just sort of connected them all together, and that gives you a figure drawing of. And then this can be anyone. It can be Flash, it can be Batman, it can be anyone. But it's just and then of course if it's a woman, of course this deserves another video, how the differences between figure drawing for women and figure drawing for men. But like for example, the shoulders I've drawn here, it's actually they have broad shoulders, so it's likely to be a man. Okay. Yeah, so this is how I usually draw. So this is how I break down each body part. Let me know if you need any details, if you have any questions, let them in the comments below. And until the next video tutorial, this is Boris, the Movie Messenger, signing off.